極めて何か生命に対する侮辱を感じます。
So have you seen those magical Studio Ghibli-style portraits flooding your social feeds lately? Yeah, they're AI generated, and they're causing an artistic uproar that has the legendary Hayao Miyazaki calling it an insult to life itself. Like, whoa.
Whoa. These graphics are amazing. Wow. This kicks. It's really amazing.
But is this the art crime of the century or the inevitable future of creativity? Let's dive in. So pretty much unless you've been living under a digital rock recently, you've probably noticed your timeline filled with these absolutely stunning Ghibli-style portraits. They have that dreamy, hand-painted quality that instantly transports you to the world of Spirited Away or My Neighbor Totoro. And they're everywhere right now. The trend has gained tremendous popularity, and now people everywhere are creating and sharing these AI-generated interpretations. Even Sam Altman got in on the trend, changing his profile picture to a Ghibli-inspired portrait of himself. But anyway, I guess the fascination isn't surprising, because Studio Ghibli's distinctive aesthetic that combines whimsical elements, vibrant colors, and emotional depth has captivated audiences for decades. But here's where things get complicated, and honestly, pretty fascinating from a philosophical perspective. Is it ethical or even legal for AI systems to be trained on copyrighted material? When ChatGPT spits out an image that looks unmistakably Ghibli, is that a form of artistic theft? Well, not in Japan, where Studio Ghibli is actually from. Japanese law says it's totally fine for AI developers to use copyrighted stuff for training. They changed their Copyright Act back in 2018 to allow this as long as the purpose is not to enjoy the thoughts or feelings expressed in the work. Which, when you think about it, is a pretty fascinating philosophical distinction, right? But if you hop over to Europe, it's a totally different story. They only allow it for research, not for commercial products. And in the US, it's this complicated fair use thing that's still being fought out in court. So we've got this global patchwork of rules for something that inherently crosses borders online. It's kind of a mess, actually. But beyond all the legal technicalities and stuff, there's this deeper question, right? Like, who really owns a style of art? And should the law even try to protect something as abstract as an artistic style? When we look at something and go, that's so Ghibli, what are we actually recognizing? It's this collection of techniques, color choices, the way characters are drawn, the dreamy backgrounds. But can anyone really own that collection of elements? I mean, Studio Ghibli represents decades of work and creative vision. Those movies are incredible, right? Castle in the Sky, The Cat Returns, Grave of the Fireflies. They're not just visually stunning, but emotionally powerful. 7 Ghibli films are among the 15 highest-grossing anime films of all time, which is pretty impressive. But here's the thing, artists have always influenced each other. Like every art student copies the masters to learn, right? So where's the line between inspiration and, straight-up theft? When AI does it in seconds instead of a human doing it over years of practice, does that change the ethical equation? I don't know, I'm just asking the questions here. But when you think about it, the artistic perspective is really the same as the commercial perspective. Because whether you are an artist, an entrepreneur, or really any kind of educated professional, having a computer replicate in seconds what took you years or decades to develop naturally feels threatening. When someone like Miyazaki says AI art is an insult to life itself, that's coming from a guy who spent his entire life perfecting his craft. Imagine spending over 50 years developing your unique artistic voice, and then some computer program can just mimic it instantly. That's gotta feel weird, right? But at the same time, let's be real. There are massive commercial interests at stake here too. The Ghibli style is worth millions, maybe billions. It's their brand, their identity. So when they see AI potentially stealing that style, of course they're going to be upset. I think it's probably both, Miyazaki genuinely believes in the sacredness of human artistic expression. That's clear from his whole career. But also, as generative technology improves, it starts to threaten their business model. It's complicated and messy, just like most things in life. History is full of examples of new technologies that freaked people out at first. like the printing press that threatened the livelihoods of manuscript copyists while democratizing access to written works. Imagine if we rejected this technology because we thought hand-copied books were more authentic. We've seen this pattern so many times throughout history. Photography was once considered a threat to painting. Digital music was going to be the death of real music. Ebooks were supposed to kill physical books, and yet all these art forms still exist. They just evolved. Remember when people thought sampling in hip-hop wasn't real music? Now it's considered an innovative art form. Or how about when CGI started taking over special effects in movies? People thought it would never match the quality of practical effects, but you'd have to be crazy to think that now. Each time the technology moved forward despite the resistance. And usually we ended up with more art, more creators, and more possibilities, not less. The question isn't really if this technology will advance, it's how we adapt to it. Right now, the best human artists can still create work that has depths that AI can't match. There's something about the intention behind human art, the connection to lived experience, the cultural understanding that AI just simulates rather than truly possesses. But the gap is closing super fast, like scary fast. If you showed someone these Ghibli AI images even just 3-4 years ago, they would have been absolutely blown away. Now it's just another feature in a chatbot that millions of people use daily. The pace of improvement is honestly kind of mind-boggling. We're rapidly approaching a world where AI will probably surpass humans in technical artistic ability. And I'm not talking decades from now, I'm talking years, maybe even months for certain styles and applications. That's just the reality we're facing. And here's a weird thought. I can totally imagine a future where there's this niche market specifically for human-made content. And the content might actually be technically worse than what AI can produce, and more expensive, and take way longer to make. But people will still pay premium prices for it just because, it was made by actual human hands in a world where almost everything else is AI generated. Think about it like this. Vinyl records made this huge comeback in the age of perfect digital streaming. Handmade pottery sells for way more than mass-produced stuff that's technically more perfect. People pay extra for authentically distressed jeans that are intentionally imperfect. We might end up in a world where AI art is everywhere, in our games, our movies, our advertisements. But human-made art becomes this luxury good that people pay more for specifically because it wasn't made by AI. The value won't be in the technical perfection, it'll be in knowing that a real person with real experiences and emotions created it. It'll be like the artistic equivalent of farm-to-table food or small-batch whiskey. Artisanally created by human hands might become the new luxury label in a world where AI can create technically perfect art at the push of a button. So what do you think? Are you a high-minded hater of this terrible technological travesty? An artistic terrorist hastening the robot revolution that threatens our basic human dignity? Or are you just having fun with this cool technology?
This is gonna be cool.
Leave a comment and subscribe for more from Rabbit Hole.